My doctoral research focuses on the promotion of women's social and economic empowerment through microfinance. To conduct this research, I sought affiliation with Western Heads East, and Western Heads East is Western University's community response to the HIV/AIDS crisis in Africa. The goal of the Western Heads East project is to improve community health, especially for people living with HIV/AIDS, as well as to promote the economic empowerment of women and youth through the establishment of community kitchens in which nutrient-rich probiotic yogurt is made available to communities in East Africa. I've been working with the Western Heads East project for about 2 years now, and in that time I've had the incredible opportunity of spending upwards of 6 months in Tanzania investigating the impact of the project on women's increased livelihood, but also more strategic gains in their political participation, community leadership, and the advancement of gender equality at the household level. I believe it's going to become very important that we enhance the coordination and the standardization of university students' pre- and post-departure training programs. And by this I'm referring to the fact that there needs to be more comprehensive university-wide workshops that are mandatory for all students taking place in international programs. Right now these types of workshops are being conducted very disparately, so we don't have the ability to gauge or to standardize the types of training and support that students are receiving prior to, during, and after their international opportunities are taking place. Second to this, I believe it's also very important that we begin to set up publicly accessible online databases in which multiple stakeholders involved in international opportunities can post and share information about the impact that these opportunities have had. By creating these very publicly accessible databases, we can begin to monitor the impact that these opportunities are having. And eventually, if this becomes a very commonplace or normal standard for universities across Canada, we can begin to compare the impacts of different programs. This would create both economic as well as reputation-based incentives for universities to facilitate their international programs as responsibly, as thoughtfully, and as productively as possible. As a professor of women's studies and global studies, I see it as being my responsibility to teach students about sort of the messy realities of development work. And by this I'm referring to the fact that the ideas and the theories that we learn in the classroom have very real life implications, both positive and potentially negative, for individuals around the world. And I believe that it's increasingly important to sensitize students to these types of global issues and power relationships, given the increased pressure that's being exerted upon universities to internationalize their higher education curricula. And by this I'm referring to the fact that more and more students are studying international issues, and an unprecedented number of students are also increasingly mobile in terms of conducting international service learning placements, course-based exchanges, and the like.